Manta are here in the house, the co-founder of Manta. Kenny Lee is going to be talking about ZKSBT, the compliant credentials acquired 1.5 million users in 2 months. So looking forward to this. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Kenny Lee.
Hi guys. Hello.
Yeah, I think you're good, eh?
Hello. Yeah. Sorry. Unfortunately, I'm not Kenny Lee. I'm Victor G. It's almost the same, but Chinese have English name, but it's still different. But we are two co-founder, working on different stuff. I'm more working on product. I'm not that I'm not sharing stuff outside like Kenny before. But today we have different talks, and Kenny was in another one, and I just delivered this one. So what I'm talking about is ZKSBT. This is kind of one of our major use case within the past several months. I have this idea actually start from this year, and we start to build these things from February, and then we launched this in April, and then until right now we have around 400K mint, and it can cover I think around 60 applications and 1.5 million users. And it's ZK related, which means really bad user experience. But I tried really hard to make it easier to use, and kind of works well now. We are ZK experts, not only on the cryptography side, but also on the product level, how to understand ZK, how to make people use this shit without, understand deeply about this. That's kind of what we are focused on. We backed by some investors, some are best, some are normal, and we also have quite a long time to build this stuff. We start from 2020. Start research on 2019, and at that time, people thought ZK is longevity is not going to solve this problem within next 10 years. But right now everyone's talking about ZK, thinks it's really cool. But that time we are not that cool. We are just one of Polkadot project. Um, but there's a lot of ZK projects. If you haven't heard any of them, it means you need to learn something in crypto. You need to learn more things in crypto for sure. But it's really hype topic, and there's really few real use case. I would say a lot of them they think is a great market, but which is not, because it takes 3 years to really realize a lot of things. If you want to start to build, you have this idea. Basically, design take half year, and then implement the circuit take half year, and engineering take another half year, and like keep doing iteration. It's basically take at least 2 years to really realize that. But at that time, you don't need to worry because investor already forget you. So you can either make it or not. That's something already there. But we think it's not okay. Especially since last year, we find we need to build some good use case besides DeFi, because one reason is DeFi have really big compliance reason. It's recording, so I won't say that much, but everyone knows that. So another reason is kind of there's some I think there's can be some new use case using our universal circuit, using our private address. We can do more things, and also there's not even half enough on-chain activity on Polkadot. I'm sorry, you guys, but I have to say. but like we try to uh, bring more users, bring more activity into the into our parachain, because I mean we are a parachain. So how to do that? Um, we find the problem is in identity, but I mean I think they're step by step. First step is, I feel, is like this is coming from product level. I'm not a guy talking like fancy stuff outside, but from a product level, you need to brand yourself like better. Like it's not like only talking about, oh, we work with Polkadot, but you need to think how to attract users in the general Web3 world or general public world. That is first things. So we brand ourselves as a layer one rather than parachain. Sorry, but it can be called in that way. Uh, and another thing is, we start to working from, we start to build our own wallet. This is something I talked with one of you guys yesterday, and like, the reason is, first, Polkadot's wallet it sucks, I have to say, and like, I'm not sure you guys use Polkadot GS. It's really bad user experience, and also it's really hard to find the right chain. That's the first thing, if like, I'm I'm just one of the chain, and if you want to switch another chain, it's really terrible. Like it's really hard for users to switch these chains, and people don't even remember which is which, and the address is not even the same. At least MetaMask, they have a lot of chains, but the address is the same, right? But on Polkadot, it's not even the same address. This is some really simple UX issue. If Polkadot team spend some time, they can fix it within like a month, but they don't. But whatever, I mean, we focus on our thing, we build our own ecosystem. The way we do it is we build a wallet. So this wallet only have one chain, which is Manta. And if you want to interact with others, it's, like just use other chain's wallet. But the unique feature is it have one seed phrase to create both public address and private address, which means, it is very like, make our user experience very well on top of us. So it seems it goes well because like 2 months it have 200k, 250k downloaded. It's more than a lot of wallets has been doing in Polkadot for 2 years. So like, but we are not a wallet team. This is just one of the infrastructure we did. And another thing is, we find identity is the problem. We want to solve these things, and we try to solve these things by let user mint some like their identity, their information in this private address. We already have a really easy to use like kind of private address, and the user just can easily mint it. And the something we use is coming from like, we take user from Binance, because Binance they have the BNB chain have 300 million address, and their Binance active user have 30 million, which is the largest exchange. But Polkadot, if you see like the on-chain activity on Polkadot, it's like 4,000 per day. It's like a joke, guys. So like, the things I recommend is like working on these things. If you're working on your product, try to focus on your own product, like because there's no hope for people don't care product. And that's why we start from working on BNB chain. And for BNB chain, like Binance user, there's 30 million. We try to take their identity, like on chain and verify it. That's how we can find the bots, because another, if we have more bigger vision, we can do like in WorkCoin way. I'm not sure you guys know WorkCoin. It's basically you can take the like eyeballs, biometric data, and everyone can scan it, and you take the whole world's like biometric data and verify this safe on blockchain. But we find we don't have money to find the whole world people safe in blockchain. We just let our first user become as the Binance user, because they're Web3 already. They know cryptocurrency. They know we are not scam, and at least if we take very few of them, it's pretty much a lot. And we take these 30 million users, they already KYC'd, and we try to identify who are the real user. And that's something we can against the Sybil attack. And that's and why we do that? Why can we do that? The good thing for us is we start to do privacy, and it's on the private address. So basically, we enable the user mint their identity on this private address, which is using our wallet. So it's kind of have relatively good user experience. And we call this soulbound token. The reason we build a soulbound token is because it takes too long to build an NFT, and also this use case doesn't really need an NFT, so we just make it non-transferable. But it solves the problem of bots. It can find the real user. It solves the problem of the civil attack. And right now, like the data is already out of date. We have like 400K right now, and like I think more than 250K address. I think basically right now, besides Moonbeam and Akala, we are the the third like project in the Polkadot have the address based on address number. I care this kind of number, not which project I partner with. That doesn't mean anything. And this is the case study. Basically, like for users, they just connect their MetaMask wallet, because MetaMask wallet have another 30 million users. And if they have this, like BAB, like Binance account token, which means they did KYC on Binance, they can basically mint our ZKBAB. And they will have a proof key, and they can use this proof key to a lot of use cases. One of the use cases is it's basically like a Web3 dating app. This is something within our ecosystem. You basically use your proof key to prove you are a real person, which is really needed in the dating app. And more than basically, I think 80% of users on it have binded their ZKSBT, and their retention rate is 80%, like 70% after 7 days for the whole month. So basically, people using this for 7 days, 70% of users using this. This is pretty good data. I use all of the data as Web2 data because this is really meaningful things. But in Web3, like I didn't find other project doing this on Polkadot. That is something I think we really miss. And another thing is the difference is before, if you want to prove you have something, you have to interact with your own MetaMask wallet, and it will share all of the transaction, everything. But in the future, right now, what we can do is you can just share part of your on-chain identities through proof key, but at the same time, you just use that your minted information. And this kind of user experience is really easy to build. For the application built on top of it, there are 60 projects. They don't need cryptography. They just need the SDK to build it. And both Web2, Web3, mobile, desktop application, they can easily verify this kind of identity. That's kind of the idea. Another thing is, this is another use case, is some random token, they can just be verified on top of us. Like if you scan this, is this project's Twitter, is basically it can prove your asset range. It can prove it can make you share your asset range. Suppose I can share I have more than 100 Ethereum, or I have more than 1,000 Ethereum through Connect MetaMask. But and then I share this like a picture on Twitter without really disclose how much address, how much like token I have, and what is the exactly like the address I have. That's kind of the use case. So we have grant program. We're looking for more use case. That's my contact, and happy to chat, especially on product, not bullshit partnership. Thank you.
Boom. Boom. A lot of truth bombs dropped there, right? We ain't talking about being a parachain. We're an L1 blockchain. Love it. Really, really great job. I apologize, Kenny, Victor. I didn't.
Sorry,
I hadn't
didn't
been
say
told.
that.
No. I apologize about
No.
the data that I was provided.
No worries.
My apologies. But there we go, folks. Victor from Manta, co-founder, and you can catch him there on Twitter, Victor1111.